the function of this Twitter bot is to help me then like tweets on my timeline and also retweet. So the purpose is basically to create content and also engagement. Um, so it's one thing to keep on tweeting, but people like it if you also interact with their content. So that is why you also have to retweet other people's content and like other people's content. I i feel like people really like people like naturally people are selfish, so they are not going to interact with your content if you're not interacting with theirs. So I feel our Twitter bot has to be interactive. It has to, also, uh, you've got to really, really be active with other people's content. So let's start off. So the content we are going to be tweeting, quotes. We are going to be getting a bunch of quotes, and then we are going to be tweeting probably a quote every hour or every single day, right? So I will start here at the terminal. I'm at the root directory. I'm just going to go to my desktop, right? And I'm just going to go into the desktop, and I want to make a directory. I'll call it my bot, tweet bot, right? And so I want to come into that folder. Um, on the desktop here and open that folder. So within that folder, where's my terminal? Um, I want to initiate a virtual environment within that folder. Say Python, and I'll call my virtual environment my env, and so that creates a virtual environment that we will be working in. Yeah, so you can see it's here. I also want to create a folder that will just contain everything, all my files. So I'll call it source. And so if I ls, you can say I've my virtual env and source, right? Um, yeah, so the source is right here. What I want to do is now to start creating the app. So say app.py, right? Now I think the other thing is that my virtual env is not activated because it should be showing here. So let me just kill this terminal and open up a new one. Hopefully it will um, be activated. Yeah, so you can see now it's activated. So if I say ls, you can see it comes along. So yeah, so what we are going to do, the first thing is get a quote from this file. The other option is to directly scrape the quote online, but a website could have issues, it could go down, and so you can't get content. So I already just downloaded the file. I think I just googled something like download file right here, and I used this. So I downloaded this particular one here. It's a CSV, but I converted it into a JSON file because it's easier for me to use it in JSON. It's right here. So I want to just get it and add it to that folder. So you can see it's here. All right. So the other thing I need to do is to create an env file. This env file .env file will contain it will contain the environmental variables, the keys, because at the end of the day, I want to uh, put this up online to keep running on a on a server. So to keep running 24/7. So for that, I'm going to need to create a .m file. And in this file, I'm going to put my API keys, right? So if you don't know how to get your API keys, just come to the developer account right here. Yeah, so you want to get this. I'm just going to regenerate them because I'd used them before. And after this, I'm going to change them just in case someone is wondering. And you should change them as well if you've exposed them online, because there's a possibility that someone will come and use them. If someone is able to obtain your keys, they are able to use your account as they wish. So the first one is the app key. The next one, apps API secret app. We just call it secret. The next one. So there are four. You have to also do this, the access token and secret. So yes, I'll regenerate them. So this is the access token. And this is the access token secret. Okay, so now I have all my keys. What I'm going to do is, those I'm not using them right now. So I'm going to start off with getting a quote, right? So all a tweet. So I'm going to create a function for that. Get a quote, right? And so with that, I need to access this file. Say with open. File is called all. JSON. S- yeah. Because I'm using JSON, I have to import uh, that library, right? So now I have to read that file. Okay, so now I've opened the file, and so I need to create a quotes. I have to put them in JSON. This is JSON dot load. And so we load the file into JSON right now. Okay, so now what we do is we are going to get a random quote from all these quotes, right? Let's say random quote is equal to but let me first print so that you guys see what's in quotes, right? So if I try to run this just to see what kind of object we are getting, we are getting all the quotes, and this is how this object looks like, right? um, Now it's really messy, so what I want to do is to see a single quote, right? Say random quotes will be equal to random the choice. So we want to pick one of these. I need to import the random module. Okay, so if I do that and I print random quotes, let's see what we get here. Mm, yeah, so right here we are getting this dictionary, and what we want right now is to just get a quote. You know, we don't want to get the this is a genre and this is the author, right? So we want to get just one. So for that, we are going to say single quote will be equal to of course this is a dictionary. So what we are going to do is get random quotes, quote values. Is it values or value? Right? But we convert this to an array or a list, and let's see what we get here. Let's print it out and see how that looks like. All right. Yeah, so we are just getting one right now. But it comes with the author and the category. So this the file is here. Let me show you. If you're wondering where these key and value pairs are coming from, so you see that for each quote, there's a quote itself. Then there is the author. It seems to actually have errors. I guess that's because I this was initially a CSV file that I just converted into a JSON file, which could have contributed to these errors. But still, there's a way to get this out, because you see that for every quote, it seems to have taken this value on every on every element, right? So if I'm referencing this, I would figure out a way to do this, because it's it's creating a key and value pair here, right? Let me see the quote itself. Oh yeah, it's a bit messy, but the code can rectify it, right? Um, Let me go in and see. So what we want is we want to just take this and leave this out and leave this out, because like I said, this is a quote, this is the author, and this is the category. So this one is talking about age, right? Age. So for that, if I'm to do that here, I'd have to get the list of this and the value at the zero index, because you see this here is like an array, so we are getting this value here. And if I print that, you should see that it's different, right? So you see, life is a most exciting opportunity we have, but so you see now it's not bringing the other stuff that goes along with the other key and value pairs. All right. So, but then we want to make sure that because Twitter has a limitation on how many characters you can write. I think they're about, yeah, about 280 characters, right? And for that, it means we have to just check and say if the length of a single quote is less than or equal to 280, right? And let's put that. So these are so I think this is definitely not beyond 280. I just want to check it out. Yeah, so it's less than 280. So that is working fine. Now, Okay, so that is working fine. But now I want to do this return single portrait. Print that and see if it works out right. And the button doesn't. Oh, okay, sorry. It's supposed to print this return value. So that is working fine. Now the next step is to actually tweet. So what is we are going to do is I'm going to create a tweet function. And so for that to work, I need to first display a number of things. I need to import tweepy, and then I need to import the environmental variables that I created here, right? So to do that, I'm going to import a certain library that enables the importation of environmental variables. It's called .env. Env. But I think it's not yet imported. Well, I don't have it installed. Let me just check. I'll just try to be like, um, this particular one. So I want to check if I have it already installed. I will try to install it again just to try that. Okay, so it wasn't installed in the environmental variables in my virtual environment. So now it is installed. Um, so one of the things that I have to do is initialize it. So I will say we import it like this. Say from .env import this method load.env, right? And so here I will initialize it. Cool. So now that I have it initialized, I also have to import OS. I'm going to enable me these environmental variables. So I'll start saying, okay, equal to OS. Okay, so and this is called the app key, the API key. It's going to this number of times, therefore this is a app secret. This is the access token. This is the access token secret. Okay. So this is a secret. This is a access. This is a access. And secret. Okay, so now we are able to authenticate. Now the next step is to authenticate our app and get access to the API, to the Twitter API. So for that, we are going to say auth. We are going to create an instance of or an object of the authentication of the authenticator. So this is online auth. Oh, sorry, TweetPy. We're using TweetPy dot online auth. Auth user suggestion isn't working. The handler, I like to use this because I can just feed in all these uh, elements at once. Secret access token, access token secret. Hopefully this is the right thing. And if it's auth one or auth user one. Yeah, so now that that is done, um, we have access. We've authenticated our handler. The next step is to initiate the API. So it's API dot API, and then we pass in the authenticator, right? So now this should give us access to the API, and so we are able to do a lot of things. And so we come back to our function right here, and to create a tweet, the basic function for creating a tweet is, or the method is like you say API dot update status. So the update status is a method that creates a tweet. So if I just put in anything like hi, and I run the tweet function, let's see what happens. Just write something sensible because it will go on the timeline. Right. So let's see, because the first thing I want to see if I've not made an error here, because I'm not sure this is a correct method or class. Let me try to run it. Oh, no module named. Oh, I forget that I'm working in a virtual environment and I haven't yet uh, installed TweetPy. For that, you just say import TweetPy. No, install. Sorry, install. Okay. Yep. So once I don't know how I didn't even see this error. I just thought Lint was just having issues. Yeah, but I was right. So I hadn't installed TweetPy. So now I have. And if I try to run this application, see what happens. Oh yeah, so this is an error. 9, and now everything should be fine, right? So let me do that. Yes, so it ran fine. And if I go right here, if I go to my Twitter account, I should see that tweet right now. So yeah, right here, I have tweeted it. So that's how you create a tweet, right? But now we just don't want to tweet that. Instead, we want to tweet a quote. And so for that, we are going to pass in this function that returns this quote, right? And let's try to run that and see how that goes. So we should see this tweet. Yes. So it's working very fine. Now, the next step is to create a retweet function, and a like function. So for that, I feel this video is long enough. I should pause it and just do another one so it doesn't become so lengthy and discouraging to watch and follow through. So I'm going to create another one. Yeah, that's it for now, guys. Thanks for watching.